does it feel to win 95.3 Battle of the Bands?
It was a lot of fun.
It feels pretty good. We've never won anything before.
Oh, it was a really great experience, honestly.
All the other bands we played against, man, they were really good bands.
Texting everybody I knew, getting people to listen to it.
It's nice to know that all that work and energy that you put into your music can finally get recognized.
It's nice to get a little, let's say, appreciation for what it is that we do.
We ended up on top, and that's where I think we belong.
It's definitely a step up the ladder for us. So.
Very proud moment for me and for the guys in the band.
The fans put us there, so got to just say thank you.
Pretty interesting story, I think, how we all got together.
Western Riff came about.
Funny story, actually. I was hanging out at a Sitco station down in over in Wyoming.
I've known a few of the band members for quite a long time. I've known Dan the longest.
About 2 years ago, I put together a solo CD.
Dan and I went down to college together and went down to a recording school.
We did some work together at like a local theater.
In walks this guy, this tall, lanky guy, you know, and he's got an acoustic bass guitar.
I got a text message from Mike that said, "Hey, do you think you're good enough to play bass in the band?"
I just left my band before that, and I went ahead and did an acoustic solo album.
Decided he was going to do a solo project, which I recorded at Lava Room Recording Studios and co-produced with Dan.
He had just mentioned that he wanted to play with the drummer, and I just happened to mention that I was a drummer, and one thing led to another. We jammed a few times,
And I realized that I know this guy. He's an old buddy of mine from Clyde, Ohio, Mark Belcher. So
And I needed a backup band and a supporting band for the solo CD release party and on the record itself.
After that project was done, we decided to do a little concert promoting it. He got me, his brother, who he played in a band with for many years.
again, my brother at a family reunion, and just making shit up.
It went really well. I mean, we were tight. We played maybe 3-4 times together and just rocked out.
Kind of rekindled our relationship there.
we just kind of realized that we liked it and we thought it was enjoyable.
Just kind of took off from there and decided to keep going.
You know, we got together and we said, hey, you know, let's try to make this a band.
I could probably pull that off, you know.
And eventually came Eastern Riff.
Boxers or briefs? I'm gonna go ahead and say boxers, definitely.
I'm gonna go with boxer briefs because I like to have the best of everything.
Yeah, honestly, neither. And no comment.
Boxers, definitely. Novelty boxers.
Boxer briefs, man.
I occasionally like to wear a jockstrap every once in a while.
Commando.
Commando.
Commando, more comfortable, definitely.
It's like, I don't like those briefs. They hug you up too tight, man. They restrict you.
Keep it styling and keeps the pressure off.
I'll go commando sometimes. It's a liberating feeling. But the zippers, man, they're dangerous.
You gonna show?
Oh,
Commando?
I'm actually wearing underwear today.
Oh, you're wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a freaking liar.
No.
Who gets the most groupies? I'm gonna say Mark.
I think we're gonna have to give Mark that one, definitely.
I have to say Mark.
How about like my dad?
Sound guy. That guy tears it up, man.
What did everybody else say?
Mark.
Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with Mark.
No, I could see Mark getting the most groupies. Yeah.
Mark, he's just got that cool vibe.
We have plenty of groups all the time.
Since that guy's always taking his shirt off.
And I think it has something to do with him not being afraid to just jump right in there and make some moves.
Ladies, if kind of come up to you all awkward like.
This one time he actually even cracked open a thing of muscle milk and just poured it all over him, and all the girls ran on the stage going nuts.
He's always a single man, and he's always out on the prowl.
That bass swag, you know, I mean, you can't teach that.
Mark can't help it, he's a ladies' man. You know, it's God's gift, I guess.
Underwear grips flying up on the stage. That's it.
He's well versed on his one-liners.
One-liners don't work.
Whoa, gangster rap.
Myself, I know I look up to a lot of different bands.
So many, too many to name, really.
My favorite band of all time is Kiss.
Guns N' Roses is my all-time favorite band. They got me into rock and roll.
Find out a lot of personal influence I could get from Our Lady Peace.
I'd have to give most of my credit to
It was, when I was younger, it was always the 70s, classic rock.
classic rock-based Aerosmith, AC/DC.
U2, I get dumped on all the time because I love U2.
When I got a little bit older, I really got into the 90s alternative scene.
As I got older, I'd say like my favorite songwriter is Chris Carrabba of Dashboard Confessional.
I kind of graduated to alternative rock with some Stone Temple Pilots and Foo Fighters.
And this song particularly is, I'm hearing like a Matchbox 20 feel to it.
As a band, I feel we get a really big influence from the Foo Fighters.
Band's inspiration, a lot of Foo Fighters, Nirvana, a lot of 90s alternative.
Being a 90s kid, that stuff always kind of felt like home to me anyway. Big fan of the Foo Fighters, even the earlier stuff like Soundgarden and Nirvana and Pearl Jam, and on and on. But I would say, as far as the band goes, I'm going to say Foo Fighters is definitely probably one of the main bands I'd say we all like together. One thing that sticks out as a memory for me with the band is
Funny story, before a gig one time.
Epic performance we've ever played at Bud's Tavern.
All these four creatures that were just like crazy looking.
I remember Evan so psyched he was having this party at his hotel afterwards.
There's always a good 15 plus people there.
And a bunch of people, hardcore fans out there.
He's like, you guys gotta be there. All these people gonna be here. It's gonna be great.
I'm not gonna say any names. Eric's mom, there's dog shit on the floor.
And there's just this swarm of mosquitoes. It was right on the lake.
Howdy, I gotta move the neck of my guitar out of the way every time somebody's gotta take a piss.
No matter what the conditions were, it was.
He had this mosquito bite that was just like, boom, swollen up on his forehead, on his face.
And nobody's there.
This is where G String Blues actually got wrote at.
I was all tucked in bed already in pajamas, going to sleep. I ended up getting hammered by myself, and
The music that we made in those conditions, it really made us tight as a group, and it's those kind of things that you remember forever. So. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers.
it's a tough one.
Definitely Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
TMNT, definitely.
I mean, nowadays I'd probably say the Turtles.
I would say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles without a doubt.
I never watched Power Rangers.
But as a kid, I loved the Power Rangers, and it was blue. It was my favorite color.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turks, for sure.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michelangelo.
I would say Donatello because I'm good with the bow staff, but I'm going to go ahead with Raphael. I always thought he was a badass.
It'd have to be Donatello. Just smart guy.
Leonardo, guy with the swords, man. They had great video games. Did Power Rangers even have a video game?
For alcoholic drink.
Jack Daniels. Straight up.
Heineken. I have a weakness for Heineken.
Hey guy, preferred IPA. Best one I've had so far, be Hop Notch.
Nowadays, probably just like a Coors Light or a Yuengling beer.
Straight up.
Straight up.
You ever put it in the microwave?
Never.
No? Just try it sometime.
I was going to say Sex on the Beach, but I don't drink that all year round, so.
Anybody buys me a cold Heineken and they're a friend of mine.
I've always grown up, I've always loved Jack Daniels whiskey.
I'm going to go ahead and say Guinness is my alcoholic beverage.
Milk stout's pretty good too.
You didn't even try it, you lying sack of shit. You did try
I
it?
took a drink.
Oh.
I took a drink.
Am I excited to be back in the recording studio? Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. It's always good to be in the studio. It's always good to be laying down everything you're writing.
It's great. Love being back in the studio with the guys. It's a chance to really get down and hone all your skills down.
Yeah, I kind of always like find my home in the recording studio.
I'm not a big fan of the studio. I'll go in and do it, but It's kind of like a necessary thing.
What's nice about the recording studio is you work on these songs for who knows how long.
The recording studio is kind of where you get to be a little selfish and kind of take out some of your ideas and kind of have people justify that what you're doing is creative or cool. And
Moving on to new things, I think getting in the studio helps with that.
Really perfect the art of that song.
I enjoy playing live a lot more. But this was actually really fun.
Especially this one. It took us, we wrote this about a year ago or so. And now that we're actually in the studio and recording it, that song's actually going to come alive to us because we haven't actually heard it other than playing it live. So that song actually comes to life. So it's actually pretty cool. I'm looking forward to hearing what it sounds like.